there was an emotion connect that happened between me and Robert Kiyosaki, and that connect, emotional connect through gifting and giving. I learned it from my father. So when I gave him and I saw tears in his eyes, I was really remembering my father, and I was thanking him inside. Everything, whatever qualities I have, it's because of I've copied my father, and it's my father's. Again, two, three things which I realized the essence of it after I lost my father. The formula is law of giving, which is gratitude, plus law of attraction, which is manifestation, is equal to law of receiving, which is abundance. He says that, the best investment is investing in yourself. Robert Kiyosaki's ka Rich Dad Poor Dad mein he talks highly about to choose your teachers correctly, wisely. Every statement spoken by that man is like a fact for me. I will tell you one thing about him is he is practicing spirituality without even knowing what is spirituality. I feel everyone has a story to tell. If you have a story, please reach out to Wings Publication because they're definitely going to help you write your story.
Hi, hello everyone, and thank you for joining in today again. And I get to introduce you to a lot of powerful people. And today, on the same journey, I want to introduce you to a person who may look very young to you, and she is young, yes, but when you talk to her, the kind of talks she speaks, kind of thoughts she has, it may take lot of time on the journey for people to get that kind of thought, the kind of maturity, the kind of intelligence. So, yes, she's young, she's very powerful, yes, she's naughty, but highly intelligent, she's connected. So, let me introduce all of you to today our author. Her name is Karishma Babulal. She's engineer by education, and but more than education, I have seen her. She's a fitness enthusiast. She loves playing badminton for sure. But other than that, she goes to gym regularly. She does yoga. She does jogging. She always keeps her body fit. And more than that, she's a very powerful soul. As I said, some souls are very old and they may be young in the body right now, but when they talk, the sense that comes out, and that you'll realize it when we are talking to her today. She was working in IT job, like a lot of you must be in IT job, software engineer, working with big companies. But she realized one fine day from a book, we're going to talk about that book too. She realized that she has to start her own journey. She has to leave a job and start her own career as an entrepreneur. And that's what she did. And you know who is that person who inspired her? That person inspired me too. But she's more luckier because she met that person. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. So Robert, sir, inspired a lot of us on this earth to become our own, take our journey in our hand, become an entrepreneur. But Karishma is special. I remember I was in the same program when we happened to see him, not meet him, see him. And out of those 5,000 people, Robert sir picks her up on the stage, hugs her, speaks to her, introduces the entire audience. And that's called power of manifestation. And that's how, I somehow, we were talking, she said, Kailash, Robert sir came to India just because of me, because that's my power of manifestation. That kind of powerful person, soul, you want to talk to her. I don't want to take a lot of time from my side, but let's listen to her too. So she is an author of a book called Gift of Giving, Manifesting Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki through Great Dad's Lesson. So it's like a rich dad, great dad. Welcome, Karishma, on the show, and we're going to talk a lot about you. And do you want to say something else? You want to add up about yourself?
Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. It means a lot. I mean, I was very overwhelmed to hear those kind words. Thank you so much.
So first question, which comes to my mind, and you said gift of giving. So your book has three sections to me, the way I understand it. So I'm going to all three sections. The first section of your name of the book is gift of giving. So can you talk about why did you pick up first three words, first three letters of your book name as gift of giving?
Yeah, so I think I brainstormed a lot of things like what should be my title. I think while I was writing, I didn't think of my title, but I knew what I was writing. But for title, I think you also helped me starting me that what should be the title, and we decided that it would be Good Dad, Rich Dad. But somehow I felt that so my story is about all manifestation story, a deep manifestation of meeting Robert Kiyosaki. But I think I felt that my manifestation got over when I bought the ticket, and I knew I will have a photo with him and I'm going to talk to him like that. It was over there and there. But how it became very magical and beautiful is because a gift which I gave him, and there was an emotion connect that happened between me and Robert Kiyosaki, and that is that connect, emotional connect through gifting and giving. I learned it from my father. So when I gave him and I saw tears in his eyes, I was really remembering my father, and I was thanking him inside, because I have seen my father doing it, and I said that when he had tears in his eyes, I felt that I don't do this, and this is my father who does this. And I was actually shocked when I saw tears in his eyes, hence the name, gift of giving. So it's totally I will dedicate to my father, because I have all the first lesson what I learned from my father is giving is receiving. So that's why I wanted to put the title and dedicate it to my father.
Yeah. So she has two fathers, which one is we used to have fun and we call him a rich dad and good dad. So before the rich dad, I will talk about the good dad. I remember, Karishma, you sharing a couple of incidences from your father's life where he was very, very good at, or rather, out of love, he used to do creating personalized things for people in their life. I wanted to touch
Yeah.
upon one or two incidents from there, and it's said when I say it because losing a father is a very very difficult moment in life. So I also don't have a father today. And Karishma also lost her father, and when she lost her father, I know she's told me a couple of things when he was not there and how people came in from unknown world and started talking. So I want to talk about both the thing because I want to give gratitude to your father who made you who you are. And let's talk a couple of good things about him, which you learned.
Yeah, I think my I so good thing is while I was writing this book, I actually, so you introspect, right? So deep down I felt I have, from my childhood only, I've copied my father all the time, everything, whatever qualities I have, it's because of I've copied my father, and it's my father's. So again, two three things which I realized the sense of it after I lost my father, because he was a person who used to give beyond his capacity, not in terms of money, I'm saying, not in terms of like materialistic thing, but he used to give his energy, time, and his warmth, his kindness to people. And that used to really make me feel that what kind of man is this, like why he has to do all these things. Mujhe, I used to feel very impractical, earlier. I used to even criticize sometimes him, because he used to not take care of his health and go beyond his health to help people. So those kind of things used to even bother me. So when I lost my father, and all those people who he has helped in, not like he's helped people like a grocery vendor, without any expectation in return, and they've spoken high words, like they've spoken high about him when I met them after his death. Like I've mentioned those two stories about my father, like what kind of impact he had when he used to give something, and that kindness he had in his, the generosity he had in him. So those kind of two stories, little stories, I've mentioned in the book. So so and he was known for gifting, like in our relatives, every year, every festival, he used to write letters and give a customized gift, customized something gift to people in our relatives. And he has made people cry, he's made people uh, you know uh, come to a conclusion where I would have not expected somebody who will come to a place where we will not expect that person to be there, but just because of the letter given by my father, we could have that person in our some function or something when we want to invite something. But people usually just say, yeah, just because of letter we are here, otherwise we would have not come. So he was very good with words. The powerful weapon was for him was his words and his writing. So that really inspired me. And yeah, I would say he was a multi-talented man and gem of a person on earth and now in heaven. So yeah.
So all the readers, I want you to definitely go to Amazon, search the name of book. Or you can search by her name called. You can write Karishma Babulal, and you'll find her book. Or you can just write a book called Gift of Giving, Manifesting Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki through Great Dad Lesson. Even when you search Robert Kiyosaki and you say Robert Kiyosaki and Karishma Babulal, you still find a book with a purple cover. I wanted to go and read that book because you will learn a lot of powerful things about manifestation. And before I talk about our Robert sir, I remember, Karishma, you have given a specific formula in your book for law of manifestation. Would you like to touch upon that specific formula so entire world knows, which you have: law of attraction, law of giving, and law of receiving? Can you explain a little bit that, so a lot of people who are listening, you can also manifest a lot of things in life? And she is a very powerful manifester. She teaches how to manifest things in life. So a quick law on
Actually,
manifestation.
I've not started teaching it, but I feel I will one day, like, because I feel people have that conception of like, I don't know, the manifestation is quite trending. I don't know. I'm very grateful to God. Manifestation happened when this word was trending, and it was the biggest manifestation. And I don't know, it got circulated in a like a word kind of a thing. But yeah, the formula is law of giving, which is gratitude, plus law of attraction, which is manifestation, is equal to law of receiving, which is abundance. So law of manifestation, when I had that, stubborn feeling of meeting Robert Kiyosaki, when I this is because when I lost my father, I was missing my dad, a mentor in my life. So this book had the word dad. So that is the reason I picked that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So when I read the book, I was so that there was a mind shift. There's a big mind shift. I was in a bubble, and it just bursted out when I read the book. And the book has taught me a lot of things, not about money. It's about mindset. It's about psychology of people. I mean, this book is a package of all the things you want in life. I feel Rich Dad Poor Dad. So this law of attraction, how it came in like action, is because I was praying to God. I will not say praying to God in going in a temple and praying. No, no. When I say I was praying to God, is I was talking to myself. Every night when I used to, I don't know, I used to talk to myself, and I used to pray I used to tell myself, I want to meet this man. I want to meet, I don't want anything in life, but God, please make me meet this man. I used to tell all these things in the night. So I remember that very vividly. Second is law of giving. So I have seen what we have received after our father's death, because those small deeds what my father had done to people, it was coming back as a blessing to me, to our family. So I have seen that thing very widely, very emotionally, very, and I was just grateful to God all the time. When my father was on the deathbed, I was grateful that I could just arrange a ventilator for him. So I understood what is that a sense of gratitude when there is everything negative around you and you can still see a positive. That's what makes you feel, the sense of gratitude to the universe. So I was thanking God all the time. So after my death also, I was thanking God, because he was my biggest fear to lose. So when I lost him, I felt my world will just collapse, like I won't be anything without him. But it became very opposite. I became stronger when I lost my father, and even I couldn't believe that. I felt that some energy he's just given me already. Of course, I am his daughter, there will be in my genes he is there. But I felt that he's left some energy in me. And that's how the law of giving and law of manifestation equal to abundance. Now, why I say abundance is what Robert sir had given me on stage, called me like twice, had tears in his eyes, made me so special, called me a good friend. Like he titled me his good friend. And from wherever far away used to see me, and we used to cross paths, used to just call me Karishma, hey, and used to give me a hug. It was just like a patent thing. Used to call me, hey, good friend, give me a good hug with a wide smile. So that thing was just, engraved in my heart. How can this be a possible thing? Like, my favorite idol, my favorite hero is just admiring me all the time just because of that gift. And after that, he took that gift to Ranbir Alabadia's Beer Bicep show. And mujhe, I got to know from the PR agency later. They called me that, Karishma, do you know what happened? I said, what? You sir went to this podcast and he had forgotten the gift while going to the podcast. So he told us just to make a U-turn, and only if I get the gift, I will go to the podcast. Otherwise, I'm not going without that gift. So that thing just stayed inside me when I saw the podcast. And that was the moment where I dropped my papers also. And it gave me some freedom in life, that I can do anything in life. If I can do this thing, if this is possible, in universe can respond so beautifully, I am capable of doing anything in my life. So that freedom I got to do anything in life, and I quit my papers. And I wrote a book again. He gave me the story to write a book. That is part of abundance, because three dreams got fulfilled in one event. One was meeting Robert Kiyosaki. Second was writing a book. Third, even, what happened? Nobody knows, only book no. I have written in the book. I wanted to meet Ranbir Alavadia as well. He was not part of the show, okay, when I booked the ticket. Last kid, like 10-15 days before only, they announced that Ranbir Alavadia show. I was also in that move. Oh my God, what is happening with me? Robert Kiyosaki is, I'm going to meet with him, and I'm going to meet Ranbir Alabadia also. So three dreams were fulfilled in one event. So that's why that abundance that comes to my mind when I say that.
Wonderful. And one, she learned a lot of things from her father, which, because as a publisher or as a book coach, when I was working with her, I could see that she wanted her father's writings also to be part of the book. So when you guys buy a book and you flip through pages, you'll see a couple of images in the book which talks about, which shows Karishma's father's handwriting and his thoughts, and those are very powerful. Those are very, very, very powerful. If I just quickly want to read one of the writing from Karishma's father to all of you, and just want to see, this book, when you buy, you're not only buying what Karishma thinks, you are also buying how Robert Kiyosaki thinks, and you are also buying how Karishma's father thinks. So it's a book which will give you generations of knowledge from coming from different personalities and different knowledge. So I like something which Karishma, your father, wrote. When we read it, it says, the slave works because he is compelled to, the artist because he loves to, the fool does unnecessary work because he is a fool. Each one of us is part of slave, part artist, and part fool. The wise man is he who strives to be all three in due proportion and succeed in being not too much of anyone. It's such a deep thought. A lot of you, would I'll have to repeat, or you may have to read a couple of times, but to understand what he said. But what I just want to say that, when you buy a book, you buy because a person has shared their life story to change yours. But this book is not one person's life. You're going to read three important people in the same book. So, it's a wonderful platter you're going to get when you buy this book. So please go ahead and buy that book for sure. Now I want to talk about little Robert Sir, and I've also got inspired from Robert Sir when I read his book Rich Dad Poor Dad. But Karishma, I want to know, lot of people who read his book appreciate, clap, smile, but you are different. You took actions,
Yeah.
and those are difficult actions. So I want you to talk about your learnings from Robert Sir, not only in terms of knowledge, but I really appreciate you because you took actions on it. So I want you to inspire a lot of youth who are listening to you right now, or maybe they are looking at the recordings later on. And can you inspire them to take some difficult actions of their life? Because I know you took difficult actions which are powerful.
I think yes. Coming to this event was again part of Rich Dad Poor Dad learnings itself. When I read the book, he talks about money, how money works, and he says that the best investment is investing in yourself, in your mindset. So when I saw the price of the ticket, it was very expensive actually, and I was in my job that time, and how I ended up convincing myself, like, if I'm going to pay for this, I am going to either go for a, suppose if I want to, I don't want to disclose the amount, I've kept it little, this thing. So thing is, I felt that, if I was planning to go to America, so uska cost would be so much, and the sir has come himself here after, because I actually went to the Google, and I went to Google and searched, and in 10 years when was he here, because I used to question this thing also, okay, why he's not coming to India, because mera, like, I wanted to badly meet him, because I was looking for a mentor, and I felt I was not able to resonate with any kind of mentors in my life. Like, I had so many people who are rich and are running good businesses and ye wo, but there was something which didn't you know matched up with my thinking and the people I met and were ready to mentor me as well. So many people wanted to do business with me also, just randomly they used to come that you have something in you, I see something in you, let's do a business or something. But I used to not get that feeling yet, because I felt I still want to learn, and I want a mentor in my life. So Robert Kiyosaki's का Rich Dad Poor Dad में he talks highly about to choose your teachers correctly, wisely. You need to choose your real teachers. So I was looking for that exactly, but I couldn't find anyone. So that's why my urge to meet him became more powerful. Like, it became a stubborn zid that I want to meet him. Second thing is about money, how money works. And I actually was in job, so that job makes you a slave, gets in makes you think as a slave mindset. So I wanted to, of course, I was already getting that feeling of leaving my job, but somehow, just I was being paid good, and it was very difficult to leave a job who's highly paid, so it was a high paying job, so it was very difficult to leave and start something very new. So that's why I was not getting that courage to do that. And since I had some circumstances at my place, at my home, where I was not in that zone of leaving my job. So but when I met Robert Kiyosaki, I felt that universe has come and responded to me that, dude, you need to do what you need to do. So just listen to your heart and do what needs to be done, and have that. So there was some conversation that happened with me and Robert Kiyosaki. In that question which I asked him, he answers me so many questions. He answers my so many questions. So I felt like I got my answers just by one question. He gave me 10 answers. So every statement spoken by that man is like a fact for me. It was that, even like 3 years of reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's not just Rich Dad Poor Dad. I have read all his books, Fake, Cash Flow Quadrant, 21st Century, and so I used to just listen to his podcast. Like, he was like a meditation, like how people listen to motivational speaker like Osho, Sadhguru. For me, Robert Kiyosaki was my motivational speaker. So I was highly inspired by that man, and he talks about psychology as well with his golden coined thing EBSI, where
Mm.
that's employee, business, and self-employee and investor. So that four things, if you understand in depth, you will know that you can categorize any kind of people, and you will know how to talk to a person, whom you should do, whom you and at what length you can talk to that person, and you will understand what kind of mindset that person has. So you will know what you need to talk, and you will know what, if you are like you should do some business, like you want to work with that person or you want to just delete that person from your life, you will understand those things. So that again, highly I recommend that, that really helped me, and I was doing that thing, I was living that book. So that's why, it was so powerful, like the manifestation became so. And even fourth thing was, I was at my age, I was my obviously my age is like I'm still single, but my parents were after me to look for a guy. So actually what I was doing was, like, I used to, when I read the book, I was literally looking for a person who has rich dad mindset, like my Robert Kiyosaki mindset. I was wooed by the story of Kim and Robert Kiyosaki. The way they have taken their date was a seminar date. So I was longing for somebody who will take me to such a date. So, and I was wishing that I also have a partner like Robert Kiyosaki in my life. So that is again.
I actually wanted to ask you a question, the same question, but a little differently. I also happen to meet a lot of people, and the when your mind shift happens slowly, somehow people get way to adjust. But your mind shift happens very fast. You are like riding a Lamborghini in your mind right now. So everything happens very fast for you. But how few people who were very important to your life, maybe good friends and cousins, and somehow handling their objections become difficult, but you still did what you wanted to. So I know a lot of people who are listening and they wanted to start their business, leave the high paying job, but they still have to convince so many people. And so how this new mind which you get towards your goals, and some loved ones, maybe friends or someone, they don't want you to take that path. So how do you handle that situation? I know, a difficult question, but I just want to know, how did you
Actually,
that?
yeah. Actually, if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, himself has struggled. He was also in a job of Xerox company, so he was behind that mindset that he also himself dropped papers and left the job and followed his Rich Dad mindset and went into journey of entrepreneurship. And so I also felt that I knew that, and it was there before even reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. Somehow I was getting that feeling that I am not made for job. I am made for do something big in life. So I was getting that feeling. But after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, it was like a crystal clear for me that okay, I know now what I have to do. So so there are things in my life where I know what not to be done. So I am very good at, I know what I cannot do, but maybe I don't know what I am going to do next. But when I'm very sure this I don't want to do, I'll just go away from that thing. So quitting job was one thing that it was deep inside me, and that became crystal clear after meeting Robert Kiyosaki. So first thing I did was, and I wanted to concentrate on my second thing, which was writing a book. So I felt, I didn't think twice. Also, I just dropped it, and I didn't give any reasons to my manager. And even they were like, they were asking
Hmm.
me, why are you leaving? Do you have any problems? Work from home hai aapke paas, फिर भी you are quitting it. And I'll tell you, I had the best job ever. मतलब इतना आराम का job. I would say that no pressure, work from home, whatever. I just used to work 3 or 4 hours, and I was like done. And it was beautiful. Like, I was very grateful to my job as well. But for few things, you need to just, when you need to listen to your gut. I feel people don't listen to their gut, what it is talking inside. Everything comes from inside only. Like, all answers are inside. We are looking outside, but it is inside. So if you listen to that inner feelings, inner voice that talks, then definitely you are going to do what it needs to be done. Otherwise, and have courage. Like, that courage I got, that because Robert Kiyosaki is a very, when I met him in real life, like, he shared so many stories of his things, like courage. He went on a war, he did so many difficult trainings in life. That is why I was also thinking, what kind of experiences this man has to have such a gut to speak a truth which people know, but they don't have the gut to talk about it on a platform, like a public platform. That man has the power to do that. So I have seen his rude ness also in this, in that event we've all seen, right? But the respect grew more when I saw that, because he's such a real man. Like, I will tell you one thing about him is he is practicing spirituality without even knowing what is spirituality. So he talks about integrity, and I was very, I fell in love that with that word integrity when he talks, like your body, mind, and soul should be one, and that man represents that. So I was highly
On
moved.
so I just want to drift our discussion on one little different direction. Yeah, this all happened, and you've been learning a lot of things from your father, and through the books from Robert sir. But what happened, and what was your inspiration to write a book? Because you still need a lot of courage and some guidance to write a book. So where the inspiration from writing a book comes in your life?
Okay, so this is quite a story. Like, writing a book was always a dream. Like, in my early, like in my college days and ये वो, I used to make these statements. You know, यार, I feel इस चीज पे तो मैं बुक लिख सकती हूँ. मैंने ऐसा चीज किया ना, मैं तो इस पे ना बुक लिख सकती हूँ. ऐसे statements I used to make, and my father was a very good writer. Like, he used to write letters, I told you, to my relatives and ये वो. I just before his death, like when I was in COVID, I told him, Papa, you should write a book. मार्च में बोला मैंने पापा को. He died in July. I told him in March when I was back from Bangalore from my job after 5 years. I told Papa, because he had written me a good letter, in one month on my birthday, 2-page big letter he had written. I was very moved with what he had written. So I told him, Papa, you should write a book. And he said, and he's always written letters, and he was very good with writing, and he had good command over languages. But I felt, why he's not writing a book? Why this man is so creative? Why that man is into business? Why he's not following his passion? So that thing just stayed in me, because and he told me that किसके ऊपर book लिखूं. He used to question me, क्या लिखूं, मैं तेरे पे लिखता हूँ. He told me this. And then he didn't write. He did write a kind of a little bunch. ऐसा कुछ लिखा था. He gave it to my mom as a anniversary gift. But I wanted to write him a book. So I was happy that he just initiated that thing. So when he died, so and I met Robert Kiyosaki, and I was in the limelight, and you saw me speaking. Yeah, I think you saw something in me. I will not say it was a dream. There was a seed inside me, but it was you, Kailashar. I want to thank you for that. I saw in your eyes something which was speaking that Karishma. You said, Karishma, there's something in you which can write. You should write a book. You said this. I still remember. So more than your words, your eyes were talking to me, and I didn't do. You also know I didn't ask you, will I be able to write? Just said a yes. I didn't ask you, will I be able to write? I didn't ask you what is the price. I didn't ask you, no questions asked, if you remember. And I just said yes, just because one dream was already just had got fulfilled, and second dream was on the way. So I was in that universal ka timing. I didn't say anything. I said it is there, and it's my unrealized dream of my father. So again, a father was a picture mein, the father was there only. So I said I will write a book, and we started writing about my father first, right? And then we
Yeah,
connected the story, because
yeah.
it was just the 3 days which had gone spent with Robert Kiyosaki. The next 3 days were still there. So a lot of things happened with us,
Mm.
and so that's how it came out. Like, so I will credit to you as well, because you saw something in me that can write, and wo tha na, right time pe right people at the right time. So you were like that to me. So
Thank you very much. And I've been working with thousands of authors, and somehow I have discovered an intuition. When I look at person and I speak little bit about them, suddenly I can sense a presence of God in them, and I know the Saraswati sitting in, and she inspires me to say that, why don't you write? And I saw something in you. And when this happens, I'm also not aware why I'm saying, who am I saying. It just comes out of me, and I could sense it. So out of those 5,000 people when we met first time, you were special that day. For me, the way I looked at you, and I don't say this to very many people. So, but I said, and I was confident that, the book you are writing would start a door. It's open a door to a new journey, not only for you, but a lot of people who are going to read that book. So
Yeah,
it's an era you'll start for a lot of people in their life. So
yeah,
book is just a starting point, the first step towards that. So thank you
yeah.
for trusting. Thank you for writing. I know you have we've been speaking about gratitude a lot. So I want to ask you specifically on record, on camera, to give gratitude to important people of your life, not only in book writing journey, but anyhow, those are very powerful people of your life. So gratitude for all the important people of your life.
I think I'll start with my father because I am what I am because of my father. Second is, of course, Robert Kiyosaki, who's changed my mind completely, and he's my idol. And my family, of course, I am grateful for my family as well. They have supported me after my father's death. They have not questioned me for whatever I'm doing in my life. They never questioned me why I am doing what I'm doing, why I quit my job. I didn't. There's one thing I want to tell you. While I was writing the book, after my book got written and the manuscript was ready, they then discovered that I told them after that that I've quit my job. Nobody in my house knew that I quit my job. Everybody was thinking she's doing work from home. So still they didn't say anything because somehow that trust, and they trust me, or some they have faith in me, and I'm grateful for that. So again, family is very important. And most importantly, I think Kailash sir, I would say, because you saw the seed in me and that came out, and that is the reason I was able to write this book. So of course Wings publication play a major role in my life of writing a book. So even I'm grateful for that. And of course my friends, family, everyone around is, and to the universe, I am really deeply grateful.
Now going to ask you a favor for all the listeners, okay, from their side. Listener, I'm with you now. Okay, I'm asking something for all of you. So Karishma, I know after listening to you so much, and a couple of people already know you, but some of they are listening to you today first time. And I have been telling them they should buy your book. But can we do something? Can we give them a special coupon discount so they can buy a book on little better rates? Can you give some discount option for them? Maybe whatever
Yeah,
percent comes to
we
your mind.
can. We can. Of course, I don't know what that special. I think you will have to help me because this is just my first book. So, what
So,
can be a good discount that you can decide it for me and we
so
can give it to them?
what would I would recommend to you, and if you say yes, then I will tell my team to get this discount activated. So I would recommend that if you can
Yeah,
give
yeah.
20%
You
discount,
have the full
20%
right to
discount.
do that. You have full
Wonderful.
right.
So, listeners, for all of you, I got 20% discount on the book. Now, what are you waiting for? Go to the description box below, pick up the discount code, go to Amazon, put the discount code, and the book price would be slashed by 20%. Okay. And what else you can get? You are getting so much of knowledge from listening to Karishma today. You got a discount. And when you read her book, you will know a lot better about Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, Karishma's father, who is the core foundation of her life. And she is a powerful soul. How many of you can leave high paying job in IT and decide to start an entrepreneur? I know you, a lot of you want to, but if you really need a courage, you need a person who lead by example, you can look at Karishma, and she did it. Yes, for sure. So thank you, Karishma, for giving this 20% discount. One more question, Karishma. I know a lot of people would like to connect to you for getting advice or coaching or training on manifestation. Some people want to start a business, and you've been there. You're in a job. You were in a job. You fought your mind. You started a business. So if someone needs to connect to you, what kind of contact details you can share with them? Do you want them to connect on LinkedIn, Instagram, email? How should these listeners reach to you in case they want to talk to you about any advice or any training or any coaching? Or maybe a lot of directors who are listening, a lot of college directors who are listening to us, they may want you to come to their colleges, or maybe some company want you to go to those companies and speak about manifestation and productivity. So how all those audience can connect to you? What is the best way?
I think you should buy my book first.
Yes.
And then there is all the details of my social media in my book. Piche. So you can connect me, I think, on Instagram. My website is there, Facebook, LinkedIn,
So
email ID.
what I would recommend all of you is two things. One is I know Karishma is active on Instagram, so whenever you want to reach to her, send a message on Instagram. She would reply back, and then you can pick up your conversations from that particular place. Or second is definitely you can reach her on email ID, and with her permission, definitely I will put her email ID
Yeah.
in the description box. But it's very simple email. It's
Yes. Yes.
karishma.sekhani@gmail.com. Let me spell it for you. Karishma, Karishma dot Sekhani is Sekhani @gmail.com. You can note it here, or you can just go to description box and send her an email, and she would be able to change your life, because someone who did it for themselves, they know how it to be done. She doesn't speak from her theoretical knowledge. She's the person of experience. She experiences a lot of things, and I always say one thing: there are no bad students, there are only bad teachers. So, or bad mentors. So only thing, if you really want to change your life, activate your gut feeling and make good people, good mentors, attract them to your life. And how will that happen? You have to activate your gut feeling. How will you know who's good or who's bad? So if you are in the right mentor's hand, definitely it will change your life. And how do you know who is a good mentor? Who herself or himself has best or the world of the best mentors? So I recommend all of you that Karishma could be a very powerful mentor in your life. She can change your life. So reach out to her, and she'll change you. And thank you very much to all the listeners listening to us till now. And we will continue this journey, knowing more about Karishma, her life, manifestation, powers, about money in her book. So go to Amazon, whatever country you are in. Her book is available internationally. You can buy that book. And I would like to thank Karishma to get time from her busy schedule and speak to all of us and share, profoundly, when you, how many of you felt when she was speaking out of heart? That's what I like about her. She's a person of intuition, person of heart, and she comes out with a very powerful knowledge. So thank you, Karishma, for getting on the show, talking to all of us and enlightening us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kailash sir, for organizing this interview. And I think out of all our conversation, this was the best conversation I had with you. And thank you for that. I really enjoyed it, and I hope all of you listeners also some or the other learnings you must have taken. So please take actions, I would say, and just go for it. And if you have that thing in you, because I feel everyone has a story to tell, if you have a story, please reach out to Wings Publication, because they're definitely going to help you write your story. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And one last time, I'm reminding you, one book I personally recommend that can change your life is Gift of Giving by Karishma. Please go ahead, buy that book, and give her the feedback on email or Instagram. And see you soon again with the next round of interview with another powerful soul and Kitty from the Wings Publications author. And thank you, Karishma, joining in. And I will talk to you soon again from the listener's side. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye bye.